morning, y'all. So some big updates. Just weighed in today at right under 146. So that's almost 7 pounds up. And we are on week 14. So we're on the home stretch. We've got about 28 days left, about a month. And you know, the big goal is to get to 8 pounds gained with body fat the same. And I think we can do it. Gonna stay on course, keep doing the things we've been doing with the pseudo surplus and the nutrition, and I think we can do it. But yeah, I did my averages for last week, and things are looking good. I was actually at maintenance calories last week, so sorry, my thumb's getting cold. Crazy thing today with weather. It's 40 degrees currently, which is actually pretty nice, and but it's going to get up to 85 degrees today. So that's a 45 degree difference. That is pretty extreme. I mean, I love it, you know, being in the 80s. I'll take that any day. But one thing I was thinking, I don't know why. I guess I've heard in the news a lot lately that, you know, things are just getting so expensive. And I mean, they have been for the last 2 years, like with inflation and everything. You know, I know people out there are feeling it. Sometimes I wonder how people are even surviving, but I was thinking about like the cost of what I've been doing and the expense. And because I think people, a lot of the hesitation that people have is like, oh, well, you know, I can't afford to do that. Like, you know, and I don't have a gym membership. Over the years, I've invested in a lot of equipment. But I don't necessarily think you need a lot of equipment to do this. You know, if you're trying to put on muscle, you know, a lot of what I do and a lot of what I have done in the past is calisthenic type stuff, you know, and with that kind of stuff, you can just make some small investments in like weight vest and maybe some free weights, just to kind of round out your training. I do use the TRX system, you know, the TRX bands. So, you know, that kind of stuff is a little bit of an expense, but I don't think you need to go out and just like, you know, buy this $5,000, $10,000 home gym to get this stuff done. And of course, walking is free. Yeah, I have to bundle up when it's cold, and that kind of sucks. But you know, you can get out the door and walk and jog for free. And I was thinking about my diet, and I think one day I'm going to do a video. I'm going to break all this down. Like, I'm going to break down exactly what it cost per day to do this, you know, and like the equipment cost. I think that would be an interesting video for people to take in. But I think like what I'm eating per day probably is less than $10 a day. I don't go out to eat. Very rarely do I go out to eat. You know, and then we buy stuff in bulk and meal prep on Sundays, and we try to keep it pretty cheap, you know. But I think you can do it, you know. I'm pretty sure you can. And I'm going to do a video on it one day, that, you know, doing this Maingain or fitness in general doesn't have to be expensive. And it's something that I really think everybody can do. But anyway, getting on the walk, excited about the week, big upper body lift today. See you there. Okay, I am spent. Man, that was tough today. Felt pretty heavy, to be honest. I didn't really move up on anything. I kept things pretty much the same as I kept last week, or I had last week. And you know, that might be the trend for this week. I may not jump up in weight or reps a whole bunch this week. I might wait until next week. I feel like getting 2 weeks kind of adapted to the stimulus is usually pretty good. I know I talk about progressive overload all the time, but you also have to be very careful. You don't want to get into a situation where you're overdoing it, overtraining, and possibly getting injured. So I'm playing it on the safe side. This week, I'm going to pretty much stay the same as I stayed last week, and then see if I can push up next week. So, but other than that, feeling great. Time to go get a protein shake, get in those calories, get the protein, and try to recover. That was tough today, but good one. All right, beautiful day out, sitting on my front porch, about to get going on this walk. I'm waiting for my wife, actually. She was like, it's too nice. I gotta walk when I get home. So, you know, just waiting on my wife. Guys, you know how that is, man. Just waiting and waiting. It's all good. We're gonna go on this walk, probably get a 1.5 miles, 2 miles, something like that. I don't need much more for the day. I walked my dog up to the school, so. But yeah, good lift. I'm feeling it from earlier. But gonna get my walk in, get my 15,000 for the day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.